With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. Fielded right around the 8. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped at the 14. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. 13 yards on the game's opening play.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Past the 20. And touchdown. Chase Claypool, 73 yards. And the Black Knights need just 2 plays on their opening drive to take the early lead. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And it's good to make it 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Play action. It's Wilson. Pressure comes and down he goes. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Henry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They go play action now. Wilson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
On 2nd down, here's Henry. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
On 3rd down, Wilson. He wants it all for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Harold Carmichael, 44 yards. And the Cowboys are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. But Charles, here in their opening series, they said they had certain plays scripted for certain players. That looked like a well-designed play to get one of their top targets involved.
Yeah, let's face it, Brandon. A player of his talent is a problem for any opponent to defend, and we saw it right there. They tried to deny an open lane to him. He still outplayed the coverage and scored the early touchdown. Good luck trying to figure out how to defend him as this game moves on.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And not much on this one. Takes it from the 21. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The offense coming back out here, plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand. On that defense right now.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, and all the way in for the touchdown. Chase Claypool. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Black Knights have regained the lead. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he will find the end zone here. And the lead moves up to 7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he returns this to the 22. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. To throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Buying time to his left. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. and his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open.
True.
So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll run it again with Henry. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this 3rd and long play as we'll get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there, and they've rallied and made the tackle.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be taken at the 13. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal is not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
Aiden Hutchinson in there to get him yet again. That is his 3rd sack tonight. They can't figure him out.
3rd and long. It's Wilson. He finds his man, complete. It's Gardner. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson.
Open man Lamb. It's complete. And he is going to have the Cowboys' first down as this defense, boy, a little too loose there. They give up a gain of 19 on 4th down.
To throw is Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He finds his man, complete. That's Gardner.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
On 2nd and very short, Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And they will finally stop him as he's down to the 40-yard line. 2nd straight drive now here, Charles, that have ended with an interception.
And I just wonder, because I don't think it's going to rattle him necessarily, but I also wonder if it's going to nerve him a little bit. Does it lead to another one? Or does he find a way to pull it together and become sharp again?
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They'll try the right side with Henry. And not much running room. Down to the 32.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. A 3-yard gain and enough for the first down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the third quarter. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game, and to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
Looking deep downfield, and that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Wilson. Flush to his right. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
I think that's a great observation, too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And off we go in Madden Ultimate Team.
Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Now a give. Here's Peyton running left.
And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 2. Now Wilson dancing to his left. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. 3rd down, turns to first with that 5-yard pickup. They'll try the right side here with Peyton.
And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Wilson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Play action. Now Wilson. Sliding out of the pocket. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. receiver in motion right. They go play action here on first down. Open man is the Hall of Famer, Dave Casper. And they'll work this down inside the 30.
When teams practice their plays during the week, they're hoping that it's going to pay off on game day. So it sure has to feel good for them when they hit them during a game, and they hit that one there for big yardage.
They'll get this quickly out to Claypool. Touchdown! Chase Claypool, 29 yards. And the Black Knights are on the board first here on the road in Kansas City.
An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
This one fielded at the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced a punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
On 2nd and 10, Wilson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And they will set... With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And into a sea of red, we're underway in Kansas City.
Takes it at the 7. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here's Wilson to throw right away.
Steps away to his left. He'll drop this off to Peyton. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. A good start. One play, 10 yards.
But we know that he can get first downs with his arm and his legs, Charles. And there, when he gets outside of the pocket, the defense has to account for both, and he's able to complete it for the first.
And he's very comfortable outside of the pocket. Some quarterbacks, that's not their thing. For him, that seems to be the #1 asset to his game. Gets out into the open field, things seem to break down the secondary a little bit, and he picks out the right target.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. A first carry for the Hall of Famer. It's Walter Payton. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. Pretty good little two-play sequence there. You foresee incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
That's complete to his running back, Peyton. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The 3rd down conversion is successful. Give him 12 yards that time.
Well, we know he can run the football, too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers working.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. 49 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. So down inside the 5-yard line. I have to say, really just a poor job defensively there.
You're exactly right. As a former defensive back, that was not played well at all. But give credit to the offense and give credit to the guy running the football. He gets it down all the way inside the 5.
With a fast release by Wilson out to the flat. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Walter Payton taking it in from a yard out. And this offense takes the ball down the field and scores on their opening drive.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Going with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And again, he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Got his target, Samuel. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 19 yards that time for number 19.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play, won or lost cost the game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then? You take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
But if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll look to throw here. Throw out right, taken in by Patterson. Down inside the 10. Touchdown! Cordero Patterson. 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Black Knights are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, but also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42.
61 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Slot man moves right. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
They go play action with Wilson. Out to his left. And his throw is incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them. And I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'm guaranteeing he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
down. Here's Wilson. Completes it to Samuel. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 27 yards, a big play there on 4th.
Brandon, I have one word for you after that completion for a first down.
Lucky?
Analytics.
Well, the analytics say you punt the football there.
So we're changing the analytics as we go, right? What a big-time play for them, and really took a big-time chance.
Yeah, big-time first half chance.
The 2nd and 7 with our score tied at 7, but they're planning to change that soon. Only question, will they get 3 or 6 out of it?
Back to throw again. And he is going to lose yardage here. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dave Casper, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And his guys have taken the lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that makes the score 14-7. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Brandon, I'm not going to tell him that you called him old in our pregame meeting, but this guy has been around a long time. If there's a trick in the book, he knows it. He probably even wrote a few chapters, and this is what he's always had, and that's a nose for the football. He's able to come away here with the interception.
Wilson's throw here complete to Kelsey, and they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll try and run for it with Peyton. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Wilson. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
I I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a fourth down.
Butker's kick here is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter three.
And I'm pretty sure they're friends from the defense.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. They'll get 34 yards there.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's caught out left side by Casper. And they'll work this down inside the 30. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. The sack by Terrell Suggs. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. They'll set up a throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. Amazing. Perfectly placed. If that ball goes 1 extra yard, maybe not even an extra yard, the starting point is the 20.
So there is a reason that a lot of punters are also excellent golfers. They know distance control. You know what else they have? Same groove motion over and over. Once they have that down, it repeats under pressure.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now a handoff inside. It's Peyton. And from the 4, they get it to the 8 on a pickup of 4. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn 1 here in this third quarter. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
On third down, here's Peyton. And he is going to get the first down, it looks like, as he's up to the 12. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Here's Peyton up the middle. And he takes us across the 15 to the 17. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a give, it's Peyton. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the give, here comes Peyton. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. 146 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway here in Las Vegas. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now Fields going to throw on the first play.
Being chased out left.
The throw for Claypool is intercepted.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taken in at the 3. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
From the 31.
Fields.
He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown, L.A.
Dave Casper.
69 yards.
And the Rams are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
That's a great response. You give up the first score of the game, but you go right down yourselves and get the equalizer.
I just had a flashback there. I remember playing in a game like that in college where one of my teammates had said in the media that week, the opposite team would be lucky to cross our goal line. They crossed it in the first minute of the game. On our first offensive play, we scored to answer back. Something similar to what we just saw there.
Very similar to what we just saw. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll come out throwing here on first down.
This is Chase Claypool on the receiving end.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. On play action, they'll throw. That's caught by the Hall of Famer Casper.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back, and he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Henry out of the pistol.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. On the counter, it's Henry. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Well, safe to say the passing game has found a rhythm. He's now 4 of 4, but might need to be 5 of 5 to keep this drive going here as they face a 3rd down.
And maybe perhaps you show a running play, right? Maybe a little play action here to go ahead and let him throw the ball downfield. I wouldn't get away from him flinging it because 4 for 4 already. I think he's got a good chance of picking this one up here on 3rd down.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll run with Patterson. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. And they'll let the fullback try and take him home. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Punching it in from a yard away as his guys are able to extend their lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and the lead is up to 8. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's going to be out of bounds on the return. Not a great return. They'll start back around the 17. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drop that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level. There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he's brought down all the way back in the end zone. My goodness, that's going to be a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's the risk you run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know how most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes. but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. 2nd and 9 now. On the move to his left.
He's got the hook up downfield to Samuel. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20.
And what a big-time play there. 53 yards. Pretty good yards after the catch there on that crossing route. Is a crossing route good for a quarterback because the receiver's coming across his line of vision?
They love those kind of throws. And how many times have you seen any of what we call an in-breaking route? Quarterback really turns it loose, doesn't he? Has a lot more confidence because he can see the play right in front of him.
A first down carry for Henry. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
So 3 plays, already first and goal, and they are wasting little time. They'll try and run for it with Henry. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 5-yard touchdown run. And his guys now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like a bases clearing double, isn't it? Give up a couple of runs.
Sure.
just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
On first down, Fields.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted.
It's Devin White, the linebacker.
And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line.
Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down. Now back to throw. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Over the middle, that's caught by Claypool. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The slot man in motion right. Henry up the middle. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2.
2nd and 7.
Again, it's Henry.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Gonzalez's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it. So they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. 1 second, all that remains. That is complete. It's Eric Dickerson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Call it a gain of a yard, and that brings up third and a full 10 yards.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Eluding the pressure right.
And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. He'll wind up getting 4 yards there on his own, but it also brings up 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Fields. Buying time to his left. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. Picked up.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And off we go from Las Vegas. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
They start on the ground with Elliott.
And he'll get this just across the 25-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's an Eagles first down on a gain of 11. It was just 3rd down and short, but he's been off a little extra.
I would say way more than he could chew, but he chewed up all that yardage in a big way. And that, to me, that was a combination of offensive line, stacked defense, and they handled it. Okay, they got the leverage, they got the blocking angles, and opened up a nice crease. And once you get past that first wave, there's room to roam.
Yeah, that's just the 3rd play from scrimmage. They wanted to avoid that 3 and out. They did. Escaping the pressure right. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
As quarterbacks like to do, he pushed it downfield on that throw. But I think that since he was outside the pocket and there was open space, it would have been a good time for his first carry of the game.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
From the gun, here's Fields.
Flush to his right. He's got Casper over the middle.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive.
Here's Fields. Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes.
Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Another try after the first down sack.
Fields.
He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Chase Claypool.
47 yards.
And the Eagles are on the board first here in Vegas.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this one is incomplete. Charles, already trailing by touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid
and trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Sidney Jones.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were a nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Chase Claypool.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Fields trying to throw for it.
Flushed out right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before.
And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're in an early hole. The first drive, they threw the interception. That led to a touchdown, so decent-sized deficit early on.
It is, but I think you hit the key words, early on. So they have to decide, do we even need to change game plan?
There he goes, left side. 20, 10, touchdown. Dave Casper, 79 yards.
And the Antlers are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
When they drew that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it, in today's NFL, those tight ends are often former wide receivers or maybe even sometimes bigger running backs. They just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Now it's Fields.
Eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
A shotgun snap, Fields.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Elliott. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30.
They snap it to Fields. The throw for Claypool is intercepted.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. They go play action here on 1st down. He'll get that to his tight end, Casper.
He'll get it inside the 20.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A big gainer there on the catch and run. 37 yards.
They started this drive with terrific field position, and it's going to get even better after that play. Had great options with where they started, so they decided to press their advantage, and it paid off.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Throw left side, taken in by Claypool.
Touchdown!
Chase Claypool.
12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Antlers strike quickly here to tie up the ball game.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As the offense comes out here, Charles, maybe perhaps a bit more of a focus on the run game for this drive after tossing an interception on the previous one?
I think that's a good way to look at it and a good way to think about it, but maybe they get to it in a little bit different way, because after you throw an interception, you want to make sure you keep your quarterback's confidence high. So maybe give him a couple easy throws that he can complete and then get to the running game and try and get things settled down.
Yeah, and still in the first half here, a long way to go.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
Now a first down throw, Fields. The throw for Claypool is intercepted.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
And as the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 yards as we inch our way to the 2-minute warning.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. A shotgun handoff to Henry. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his fullback.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
A handoff running left, Henry. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. They'll run it again with Henry. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Trying to punch it in with Henry. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Antlers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a third time.
Picked off by Malik Hooker, and his guys... With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we are underway at Allegiant Stadium. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's down there checking on the head coach right now because he might be in a little bit of shock after what just transpired. Instead of a lengthy opening drive to deal with, his guy stepped up and stole that drive away. Momentum on their side now. How will they attack on offense?
A first down carry for Barkley.
And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. That good for 19 on a first down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. No gain there, and it's going to set up 2nd and goal. So stuffed from the 2. Now what?
You know me pretty well. What do you think I want here?
Play action?
Definitely. Let him get outside and create. And if he has to run it, he has a little bit more space.
Barkley is into the end zone for an Eagle touchdown.
A strong run there, boy, when he gets it, especially around the goal line like a bull in a china shop.
And none of us ever want to confront that bull in any china shop, do we? Any more than we want to confront him. Got behind his pads, ran with power, and got into the end zone.
What an asset around the goal line, a guy like that.
It's almost like a safety blanket, isn't it? When all else fails, hand it to this big back and let him power his way forward.
The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
2nd and 6.
He's got a man complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. Inside handoff, Henry.
Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw here.
Completion here to Claypool. And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
This will go to Henry out wide.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up for the first and goal.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. It's Nakobe Dean with a pick.
He's at the 50, 30, the 20, 10, 5, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD.
Well, we went from scoreless to 13-0 in a hurry. First, their offense had the touchdown, and now the defense comes through with one.
You can't get a better 1-2 punch than that. Follow up a touchdown offense by getting one on defense. If they keep that effort up, you'll take the other sideline out of this one very quickly.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath, first do no harm, and right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. After the pick-6, they go right back to the air. Open man is the Hall of Famer, Dave Casper. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the play.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they haven't panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Now a play fake here on first down.
Able to hit his target, Claypool.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Running from the gun with Henry.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Henry. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 24 yards out.
And the Antlers have got it back to within a score.
Oh, this is blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. But he doesn't get far. They're able to stop him. And after all that, the extra point attempt unsuccessful.
I know it's easy to kind of shrug off a blocked extra point, but this game is shaping up to be a tight one. The second half, this could prove crucial.
Yeah, we might look back on this one. We'll have to wait and see.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that. Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Barkley, inside handoff. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
If you're in the offensive huddle, you're smiling after that play because you've certainly got them guessing now. Second and short, could they just hand it off for another big gain? Or did they take advantage of this spot to take a big shot downfield?
Montana's throw complete there to Smith. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Joe Montana here going to the air on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here on this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Carrying one deep for Crabtree.
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line.
So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
This is brought in by Casper. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Again to Henry. And across the midfield stripe into Eagle territory.
Second down, they go again with Henry.
And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to hook up with his big tight end. Complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Derrick Henry. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Dancing to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete. So the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with him.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dave Casper as the first half is winding down.
And the Antlers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the 2nd quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the 1st quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the 2nd. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their...
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted.
Picked off by Harrison Smith. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well,
Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half, because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
Jonathan Casillas able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. This is Smith with a grab. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game, because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd and 9, Montana. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. They'll run with Barkley. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does. Well, so far, this game has gone the way the defensive coordinator had hoped. They've dictated things. They've not let them run the ball very well at all. They gave up a nice game there. I doubt it'll back off their confidence. They've played so well throughout this entire game.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down by a couple of yards as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 1.
3 quarters in the books. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll go to Barkley again. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line.
51 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. A handoff to Barkley on the option.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Back-to-back 1-yard runs here, so that leaves him with a 3rd down and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Here's Montana to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
Montana going for it on 4th.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Some collective exhales over there on the sideline. A big pickup through the air on 4th down to bring up 1st and goal.
Montana, quick throw outside there. Touchdown, Eagles!
Cortland Sutton, a 5-yard touchdown.
And the Eagles have broken our tie and have taken a 4th-quarter lead.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. The Eagle kick team out there now as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They begin with Henry.
That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. He's back to throw. This will be caught. It's Samuel. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A 1st down carry for Henry. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. He'll look to throw.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And down inside the 15 he goes. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. There have been quite a few plays they might look back on and say, we really have hurt ourselves, and that was another example.
And this is late game execution. Everything on the line, so it all has to come together properly. The throw's made. Where's the catch? Got to catch in that spot.
They'll look to throw. Flush to his right.
On a bad time late for a poor throw. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Derek Johnson.
And the Eagles have With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from Pittsburgh. This taken in at the goal line. To throw right away is Vick. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Malik Hooker. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
Well, they certainly took a shot to open this game, and I know it backfired with the interception, but no lack of bravado from that sideline at all. And look, they told us before the ball game, they wanted to be a little more dangerous on offense. They wanted to take a few more chances. That opening pass certainly set a tone. Maybe a turnover, but I don't think it'll stop him from trying again the rest of this game.
That's some good hard running there as he'll push his way forward for about 5.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a first down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here. A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. And they'll run on the inside handoff. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Steps away to his left. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And there's a work of art right there. Out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. He's got the Hall of Famer, Harold Carmichael. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down. Here's Michael Vick. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that's caught inside the 35. And into the end zone.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
Oh, and how about this? An onside kick to start the game. And this one won't bounce their way. It's covered up by the hands team. Well, they tried to give this home crowd something to cheer about early, but it failed. I don't know. Maybe you try that on the road to get some momentum. What about here at home?
Would agree with you totally on that. I think at home, you don't ever want to put your fans in a position where they're questioning what you're doing. And right now, they have to be in the stand saying, why would we even do that? We're already behind you. You don't need us anymore. And this one, boy, an unsuccessful attempt, that could really change the momentum of this game in a hurry.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Dave Casper, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Black Knights go down the field in just 2 plays to take the early lead. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Henry up the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup, and it's good for a Washington 1st down. On play action, Fitzpatrick. He's going to float this one deep right side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
On third down, Fitzpatrick. He rifles one that's intercepted. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
CD, what a sensational start for this defense. Instead of just forcing the 3-and-out, which they were about to do, they pick it off and take it in for the score.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't just settle for the standard good way to start a game. They started in dramatic fashion. Take it away, score points, and guess what? They'll be flying to go back out there on defense again after that play.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He's got a man complete. Touchdown, Washington. A big play there. 78 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6.
Gano the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. A 5-yard pass on first down and another 5-yard connection there.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's caught by the Hall of Famer Casper. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. They keep it with Henry on first down.
And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. They'll look to throw now on first down.
A check down here for Henry. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up.
Second down and 7.
A shotgun handoff to Henry.
And he's going to be stopped close to the first down marker at Washington's 12-yard line, 15-yard line.
A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
I really like the vision he displayed on that play because he saw there wasn't a lane to completely break off a huge gain. So he found where there was the most space and got what he could. A nice, dirty run that's a positive play for the offense.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
They'll run. It's Henry. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Derrick Henry, a 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Black Knights' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And off we go from Denver. Dante Hall going to bring it out of the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And the drive will start with a carry by LaDainian Tomlinson to about the 35, second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
They go play action with Wilson. He'll buy some time right. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Different pass rushes are designed for different things. Sometimes you want to keep the quarterback in the pocket. Sometimes you want him to flush. I don't know exactly how this one was designed, but they made sure they moved him to his right. He got out of the pocket. Unfortunately for him, he was hit as he tried to throw the ball, and that resulted in an incompletion.
And all the way home for a Broncos score.